Hello guys, thank you for joining me. Another episode here of Truck It Prowl. So today I've just been doing what I was doing the other day, back and forth up to Luton. It's the last day of doing curtain siders today, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. And as we got such a good response on the video before the last, so not last video, the one before that, I wanted to just address some of the comments. You guys really interacted with that one, and yeah, there was a lot of you that were saying that there is no such thing as a driver shortage, and we're giving some very good valid reasons. And what we're going to do in this video is just go through a few of the comments, so stay tuned and let's get straight into this. Now, although there was a lot of comments, one of the most popular ones that kept cropping up, I kept seeing again and again and again, was how a lot of people have passed their test and nobody would take them on for love nor money. Now, this is definitely got to be one of the biggest factors, in my opinion, is the government needs to try and regulate the insurers, because the employees are not willing to take that risk or pay out for that extra insurance on a newbie driver. They would rather just wait and look for a more experienced driver. So this is probably one of the biggest things that I think underlines the problem that we're having in this industry at the moment. There is enough drivers, there are people out there that are willing to do the work, but they're not willing to give those people the chance because of the regulations put in terms of insurance. So I had a look into this, and this is what I found.
HGV insurance for under 25s. Should there be a rethink in the industry? UK HGV driver crisis is being made worse through lack of provision of HGV insurance for under 25-year-olds. The UK HGV industry is facing a well-publicised driver shortage, an ageing demographic with a reported 60% of drivers being over the age of 45 years old. Conversely, it's thought that less than 2% of all drivers are under 25 years old. With a wide ranging of issues facing the UK driver market, including uncertainty around the impact of Brexit, there appears to be a very real need to make it easier for new drivers to enter the HGV driver profession. The lack of availability of good quality HGV insurance for under 25s is certainly a key factor.
And with that said, the next thing was about basically how the industry treats people in this line of work. So a lot of you were saying how as HGV drivers, we aren't respected and we get sort of cast aside, like we're a bit of feces on someone's shoe, should we say. And I can somewhat agree to that. There's a bit of a lack of respect, especially when it comes to on the roads, and I don't know if that's just ignorance or general lack of awareness from other drivers, and I am talking mainly about car drivers. There could be things that they could do that would make it better, so that car drivers could have a better understanding about how a HGV needs a lot more room. I mean, most of us would think that is common sense, but you know, it's not to everybody. There are adverts now where, I don't know if you've seen it recently, there's one on TV that's basically telling people about lorries having blind spots and not to sit up alongside us. It basically says if you're sitting here, or here, the lorry driver probably can't see you, so make sure you're not hovering alongside. Either get past or hold back. So that was good. I was quite impressed that, you know, they have actually done something. I mean, it's a step in the right direction. And with that video having like over 300 comments now, I found another one that was quite familiar, was that older drivers were saying how they refuse to go back to a classroom and be taught how to suck eggs, in other words. Been driving for 40 years, why would I want to go sit in a classroom for 7 hours once a year for, 5 years in a row? to basically have somebody that's probably younger than me tell me how to drive on the road. If I don't know what I'm doing after 40 years, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. That was one of the comments, or along the lines of that, get the gist. So yeah, I can respect that, I can understand that. People have been doing it a long time. I do also understand that, you know, rules and regulations do change. Things like the tacho, obviously that wasn't around 40 years ago, so there are little things like that that probably people do need refreshing on, but a lot of them are just a load of feces, let's just say. So we all know that the main reason that these CPC courses exist, it's a money-making scheme. It's just to line the pockets. They could have got rid of it when we left the EU, but no, it's a good little earner for the government, so they kept it. So that's just another unnecessary expense, especially as well. You know, if you're working for a company, most of the time they'll pay for you to do your CPC course, and you won't lose any money. You know, that's fine. But for the people that are self-employed, they have to pay £80 for the CPC course and then lose a day's work. It's not really viable for those people. It's a bit unfair. So I do feel for the people that are self-employed, and you know, some people might say that's a choice, but it's still an inconvenience, isn't it? And I'd also say one of the most controversial ones, not really. One of the most important ones, is probably a better way of putting it, would be the pay. A lot of people are saying how they can spend all this money to get their license just to go online to find jobs offering 11 to 12 pound an hour. Now, why would you go through all that effort to become a HGV driver to then go earn what somebody can earn working in a retail shop without the extra headache, the stress, the responsibility? It doesn't make sense for wages to be that low. Now, this isn't across the board. There are some jobs out there, I believe, in this country that do pay really well. I consider my job to be quite a well-paid job, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that agree. But yeah, when you're looking online and you do see these ones that are 10, 11 pounds an hour, and you just think, is that really what I'm after you? I've got a professional license. I'm going to be in charge of a massive machine that could potentially kill somebody, and you're valuing my time as minimum wage thereabouts. So I do get that there are people that have just passed, they can't get a job, and then the only jobs that they do get offered probably don't even cut their bills. So kind of like the industry is causing a shortage for themselves, if you like. So you don't have a shortage of drivers, you have a shortage of people willing to work for peanuts. And I think that's the best way we can put it. And I'm glad you guys commented on that video. It definitely opened my eyes and made me do a little bit more research. So this was only going to be a quick video. It was just a kind of little follow-up to all the comments that you guys gave me on the UK trucking shortage video that I did a couple of weeks ago. And I just wanted to finish the video by giving a little bit of advice for any of the new drivers out there that have just passed. Now, some of you might be looking to get into the industry and thinking that you're going to earn big money straight away. Don't be delusional, because like anything in life, you have to start somewhere. Myself, a lot of my friends, we all started in jobs that didn't pay well, the hours were rough, and we had to grind to get that experience to then move on to the better jobs. And if you can't deal with the grind, then I'm afraid it's probably not the job for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you can find yourself a job if you are a newbie. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.